Hey, what's up, everybody? Shane O'Mac here with Just Win Bets, baby. Joe the fan, did you see Tom Brady is back? He's going to be coming back to play some football in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, he's going to play with some NFL stars in a Saudi Arabia flag football tournament. The crazy part to me is there's a lot of active football players that are going to be playing in this tournament as well, including Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, Brock Bowers, Tyreek Hill, and a couple other guys. And I hear Rob Gronkowski is also going to come out and join Brady as well. What are your thoughts about these NFL stars going to Saudi Arabia to play some flag football?
Where does he have the time? That's the main question. I mean, in my world of soccer, he's a part owner of Birmingham, okay, which is in the England champion, the EFL, they call it the EFL Championship League, which is kind of like the G League to the NBA. It's a league below the English Premier League because the English Premier is like the top. Okay. And then they have EFL, they have what's called the England Championship. Then they have League One, League Two, yada, yada, yada. So where does he have the time? He's also broadcasting, and he's also in the news regarding that. We'll touch base on that with the Raiders. He's a minority owner with the Raiders. It's good to see Gronk coming back or wanting to come back. I heard him this past Sunday where he's giving Gronk a hard time, and it's always good. Hey, you're not fooling anybody. You're taking it. It's all fun and games, man. In regards to flag football, it goes to, and again, we touched base about this where it's coming to the Olympics. If you want to do it, it's fine. I'm not telling anybody not to do anything. If you're an owner, I have some concerns. You have a current player. Tom Brady, Gronk is not current, but if you said Saquon Barkley being part of the champs, I have a problem with that. If he pivots the wrong way or does something, hey, he tears his. I'm not hoping for it, but if something happens, that's my investment, bro. And that's where I'm like, we got to stop doing this. So I don't have a problem with, hey, they want to make a little money on the side. We all do. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do here on the show here. So I don't have a problem with that. It's just I've invested a lot of money, especially I'm using Barkley for an example, and you get hurt, not good. Not good for me.
Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit when we talked about when flag football was coming to the Olympics. And what were the thoughts on it? And because the NFL said they were going to allow players to join in, and I'm all for that. You're going for your country. This, sure. I think, is a little different. You're just going to Saudi Arabia, getting like I don't know how much the Saudis paid to get Tom Brady to go out there and do this. It's sure. Had to be a truckload of money, sure, for all these guys, right? This is a little different to me. You're not doing it for your country, right? You're kind of just doing it just for the money, which I get, right. And maybe help spread the sport and spread the news of flag football coming to the Olympics, but. I mean, we just saw this in the Skins-Packers game. Austin Eckler tore his Achilles without anybody touching him. It was a non-contact injury. He just turned, cut, and then boom, his Achilles popped.
Right.
So, I mean, that's always a risk. Anytime you do something like this, that's a risk.
Yeah, I mean, he's not only the one that I'm not saying that you pivot the wrong way or what have you. I'm not here to blame anybody regarding Austin Eckler's injury. Did he stretch as much or not? Things happen for a reason, obviously. And we wish these guys, especially my boy Wise on the Skins, a safe recovery, surgery, etc. But then you have Burrow. Again, I'm not here to point the finger, blah, blah, blah. You got Burrow that's hurt. You got McCarthy that's hurt. You've got my man, Khalil Mack. I mean, I saw his hand. It reminded me of, and it's a different body part, but in Buffalo, McGahee, I believe it was McGahee, where his leg kind of went over. I'm just saying, dude, okay? It's not supposed to go that way. So, going for your country, sure. I'm good with that, but the Saudis or whoever's hosting it, you got to be getting some type of money from TV. That's one. And you're dishing out big names. These aren't just Joe Schmoes off the street. You have a Tom Brady, the GOAT. There's a lot of people refer to him as. Gronk is a huge name. Barkley, a huge name. So I like the concept. I like the idea. I just worry about, hey, man, the health.
Yeah. Yeah, the names on here are crazy. The ones that have been announced already, and there's more to come, I'm sure. But yeah, like Saquon Barkley, CD Lamb. I mean, he's like a top 5 receiver in the league. Uh, Miles Garrett. He just got that huge contract from the Browns. Remember, like
Right.
40 million a year, right? So
Right.
it's a crazy list. Did you see that there's 3 coaches that have signed on too? Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, and Kyle Shanahan are going to be the coaches.
Again, if we go back to the business, and you and I know a lot of things about contracts and we're honoring the contract. What we do is we honor the contract. We come in at a certain time, leave at a certain time. We just, following the letter of the law. I'm concerned that, hey, look, as an owner, you may be a great coach, etc., but your bread and butter is here in the NFL. You need to win me some bling, because that helps. As an owner, I'm selling jerseys, I'm selling all. That's great, but if you're over there doing just a one-time gig, that's great. But if they start to be more long-term, hey, that's taken away from the business. Because in the NFL, it ain't hey, look, it's a 6-month thing and that you call it a day. It's a year-long thing. Watching film, doing this, recruiting, in a sense of what are you going to, not recruiting, but draft, get things ready for the draft, etc. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I don't know. And you got to make a buck. I get that, but at what cost?
The name that surprised me going along with injuries, Christian McCaffrey. That guy's hurt all the time. If I was the 49ers, I'd be like, hell no, you're not playing in this thing. I want you wrapped up in bubble wrap, and all you do is work out in the weight room here at our facility if you're not playing for us. Yeah, he's hurt constantly.
Yeah, because but we have time to go to Saudi Arabia, make a little buck here and there, but we ain't got time to show yourself off, for the NFL for 17, 18 weeks, whatever it is, plus hopefully the playoffs. But I'm just saying, I don't. It's okay. I'm not really going to be a fan. I got to see what happens in the future. I got to see what happens.
I just want to know how much the Saudi are paying for this. Saudi Arabia is paying for it. I mean, it's got to be a ton. And then they're dishing out money. I mean, they're behind the Live Golf, right? And they stole a bunch of names from PGA because they were shelling out a lot more money than the PGA was paying them. And then you heard the news that broke a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania is going to be at Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure they paid close to $1 billion for that, because that's a money maker, a huge money maker. They had to pay a ton for that as well.
In my world of soccer, that's not the only I mean, you've got Saudi Arabia leagues over there that's paying Ronaldo over there, a bunch of money, and he's a big name. So, like I said, Tom Brady, big name there. Okay, just to name a few. I don't know what they're paying him, but I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of Tom Brady, he's also in the news in regards to, as I mentioned before, he is a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. And apparently it's come out, according to ESPN, the NFL says that Tom Brady didn't violate any rules while he was in the Raiders booth the other night. Tom Brady did not violate any type of NFL rules by wearing a headset in the Las Vegas Raiders coaching booth during Monday night's game against the Chargers, which took place last night, which we did pretty well in that game. We'll get to that a little bit later. But, obviously Tom's a broadcaster for Fox. He's prohibited from going to a team facility for practicing or production meetings. So what is your take here? My issue is, why are you wearing a headset?
So owners are allowed to wear headsets. Most don't, because they let the football people do the football things, right? But the reason why he's part owner is because Davis wanted him there because he's a football guy and he wants to turn the Raiders around, right? So that's the only reason why he's a minority owner. With that said, when you're an analyst, you get a little bit more insight to teams than your average person. So like when you watch Monday Night Football, or like Sundays at 1 when Tom Brady's calling the game or whatever, because he's on Fox on Sundays, they get a little bit of breakdown between the teams. They like tell them, like, hey, this guy's really hurt, this guy's banged up here, this guy, we've been practicing this set a lot, you might see us do this trick play, yada yada yada. And that way, like when it happens on the TV, that the commentator knows that and they can bring it up. So it's a little bit of an unfair advantage. I totally get that for sure. And so the rule is he didn't violate any rules is because this is kind of like the first time thing this has ever happened. There's no rule against it.
Right. Right. No, I agree with you 100%. And that's what these guys do. I mean, it used to be back in the day where the Madden bus. Madden would be terrified of flying. So that's why he has his own bus, his own driver, blah, blah. And they go to these practice facilities, interview the guys. Hey, what's going on here? And you've seen this on ESPN. You've seen this behind the scenes where, hey, look, we're meeting with the coaches. We're sitting down with some certain players. Hey, man, what are you thinking? Blah, blah, blah. Catching in. Hey, this is what I saw, at practice. And they have guys underneath them, meaning like interns or whatever. Hey, get me some stats on this guy. Tell me what, he had for dinner last week, whatever it is. So yes, the owners have the right to sit in and to wear a headset because there's no policy that prohibits an owner from sitting in the coach's booth or wearing a headset during a game. That being said, Brady was sitting in the booth in his capacity as a limited partner. I just think it's a little bit of conflict of interest, especially when he's with Fox, etc. I don't think he's in any way talking to the quarterback, Geno Smith, because he should have helped him last night. But Geno
looked pretty bad at times last night.
Yeah, he did look.
I think if he didn't throw those 3 picks, the Raiders would have had a much better chance of winning that game. I mean, the first one wasn't on him. That safety jumped that perfectly. Yeah, but the other two were pretty bad.
Yeah. But if I'm a betting man, as you know I am, I'm going to take the Raiders this Sunday over the Skins.
JD5 may be out. He's day to day right now. So if Daniels is not playing, you got Mariota and a whole bunch of injuries they have to try and figure out. So I wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me at all.
They are, before we get off the air here, they are, of course.
I think the Skins are favored by 6, that's all, something like that.
No, with 3, I thought. Let's
3?
double check here. Yeah. So,
and I'm sure that'll change based on Jaden's
that's what I might want to get on it now.
Whatever it is.
No, it's 3.5. Money line with the Raiders is at plus 160 at Bet Rivers. I'm gonna go 1 unit on that. Business.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, yeah, I'll go a unit on it. Plus
and I already told you, take Brock Bowers over whatever his receiving yards is.
Yeah.
It could be 106, and I would still take the over.
Yeah. Before the official news come out, I'm going to take the Raiders because we can't stop the run. Let's be honest. Excuse me. I stand corrected. It's at plus 155. So I'm going to go a 1 unit play on that. Sorry. Business.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see though what happens with Brady if they make that change or rule or not. I don't know. It's like, or maybe they just limit him when he's on Fox. They don't tell him anything. He can't get the same insights that like Greg Olson or somebody does. But then that impacts the TV viewership, which that's what they don't want for sure. That's where they make tons of all their money is those TV deals.
Right. Right. So, as we wrap up here, I'm not a fan of flag football in the sense of having especially current players playing. Now, if you did something like the basketball, like the Big Three, I have no problem with that because they're retired or no longer in the league. So, yeah, I'm cool with that, but not current players. No.
Yeah, in regard to the flag football, like I said, when we did the Olympics video, I was all for it. But I think that's different. That's the Olympics. You're competing. You want the gold medal. You want to bring it back to your country. Everybody wants to go out there, wear the American flag. I get that. That's cool. Just to get a cash grab in Saudi Arabia, I don't think I'd be for that. I don't think I'm for that, especially if I was an NFL owner. Like you said, I would be like, no. Olympics is one thing. This is totally something different.
Agreed. All right, fans, tell us what you think. We're going to sign off here. We've got some more videos coming out for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. Over 1,700 subscribers. We're going to have some college football with our main man, the Wise Man. He's going to join us on Friday. We're going to drop another video of our wins, losses, and then who we will think is the better team of who currently is at 2-0 and 0-2. Where do they go from there? Check that video out in our library, and we will definitely catch you next time. See you later.